So every time you're trying to stabilize the spine, you're working the core muscles. So we kind of want to think about more lengthening rather than crunching. But yeah, let's get to it. So we'll start with some dead bugs to add a little bit of disassociation here. So laying down, let's just check where our spine is. Check we're not too imprinted here. So the pubic bone and the hip, bony hip bones here should be a sort of level, but go where your body shape allows you. Everyone's individual. So a little bit of clocking here. And then arms on the floor, shoulder blades relaxed into the floor, and the collarbone is open. So let's start with an inhale, and we're going to lift the right leg and place it back down, toe to heel. So lifting on the inhale. So we just start matching the breath with the movements. Gentle walking, this is your walking dead bugs. And we're trying to keep the core and the trunk quiet. So it's just the movement coming from here. Feel your hip flexors firing up here. Okay, the next time we bring the right leg up, leave it up. And we'll bring the other one up to join. So now you need to keep the tailbone more away. So we're not coming into this crunch position, so we want to keep a bit more length here. Arms heavy into the floor. Take an inhale, and we're just going to dip the toes. Imagine you're just dipping them in lovely warm water. Oh, lovely. So try and do all your breathing through the nose, and gentle tapping of the toes. And you can feel, yeah, your core is really trying to fire up now. So it's trying to stabilize the pelvis and the spine as much as possible. Good. Leave the legs up here, and now we can dip the toes together. So let's try inhale here and exhale to dip. Inhale to lift, exhale to dip. Keep that pelvis level. Now you can switch the breath, so maybe inhale to dip. Which feels easier? So we feel which muscles are starting to fire up now. Keep the shoulders heavy into the floor, away from the ears. Keep the legs up here. We're still going. We're going to dip the toes to the opposite hip. So we're going to go diagonal. So adding a little bit of twist here. So there'll be a little bit more movement in the pelvis here. But really try and stabilize as you dip those toes down. Use the breath to help you, whether it's the inhale or the exhale. The exhale tends to make you contract your core muscles more. It's assisting your breathing. So let's do 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. Keep smiling. Knees up. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Ah, it's so simple. There's a lot of work going on there, isn't there? That's for sure. So now we've warmed up this area a little bit here. So we're going to place the hands, put the backs of the hands together, pinky fingers down, touching your sternum. And this is just going to help anchor and open your shoulders. So notice how this feels. Push the shoulders down and relax. And find a relaxed position where the shoulders are away from the ears, but it's comfortable for you. Elbows against the rib cage. Feet, notice the feet pushing into the floor. Remember to stay mindful. Take an inhalation, feel the backs of the ribs really filling out into the floor. And then exhale. Take your inhalation. As we exhale, I want you to drag the hands down the sternum, yeah? Drag them away. And as you do, start peeling up and look. Look between your legs. What's happening there? See if you can get the shoulder blades off the floor. Squeeze the stomach muscles to stay up there. And let's peel back down. Remember, every time we lay down, we're adding length. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lift. Elbows trying to touch your waist. See if you can get the elbows to touch your hips. And then we're peeling back down. So one more of these. Exhale and squeeze the air out on the exhale. Great. So the next time we come up, we're going to stay up. Inhale to prepare and exhale, drag those hands across the sternum, come up and release the hands, turn the palms. And we're going to do some pulses. So reaching the fingertips forward, you're reaching. So on the exhale, you're actually squeezing the stomach muscles to squeeze the air out. And you're trying to touch your toes. And then come back down. Release the arms, have a stretch, release the legs. And stretch out. You grab one hand, stretch one side of your ribs and belly out, lengthen. Good. Bring the legs back into you. Have a roll. Bring the arms back down. Take an inhale. As we exhale, let's reach the hands forward here again. And this time we're going to do our little arm pumps. So inhale for 5, exhale for 5. This is the prep for when we get into the 100 a bit later on. Squeezing the stomach muscles as you exhale. Keep lifting. And then come back down. And then relax. Good, good, good. We're not quite done yet. Bring the arms, lock the fingers, place them behind the skull. Thumbs should be touching the back of your neck. And let the head be heavy into the hand. And see if you can just pull the skull up so you're kind of lengthening. Feels like you're lengthening the neck. And then just relax. Take an inhalation. As we exhale, start to take the weight of the skull in the hands and bring the elbows up into your eye line here. So you can feel the shoulder blades quite heavy into the floor. As we exhale, we'll peel up. We're looking in between, see if you can go a bit higher this time. Take a breath at the top and then exhale, peeling back down. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale. Come back up, stay up here. As you inhale, lengthen the leg. As you exhale, cross it over. And then peeling back down. Check where your pelvis is. Check the tailbone's not risen too much. So we want to keep that length through the front of the abs there. Inhale. Exhale, coming up. Check where your pelvis is. Flatten it out. Yes. Lengthen the leg. Place it back down. Lengthen the right leg. And we switch. Check the pelvis isn't risen. Yeah, mine's coming up. And then let's peel back down again. Good. Let's do that once more each side. Take an inhalation. As we exhale, we're going to peel up. Stay up here. Lengthen the leg. Place it down. Lengthen. Check the pelvis. God, it just pops up, doesn't it? And then peel back down. Good. And then release the leg. Knee stir. Knee stir, sir. Place the hands behind the legs. Let's do an assisted roll up to get up. Push your thighs into the hands and the toes to the floor, and we're peeling up.
Now let's prepare for our quadruped. So onto all fours. Use a cushion under your knees if your knees are delicate. If your wrists are a bit dodgy, you can balance your elbows on a chair, just trying to keep them at the same level. So you are pretending to be a tabletop. So we're going to push the floor away with the hands. I want the fingers spread out like stars. And imagine you're trying to spread the mat apart, so we're keeping the shoulders nice and wide with the shoulder blades staying close to the rib cage, so you kind of feel like your arms being sucked into the armpit. So I've placed a block on the back of my pelvis, but you can use a book. So this is going to make sure I'm not moving too much through the core as I'm moving the arms and legs through space. So take the weight into the left knee and slide out the right leg slowly using your glutes to lift the leg without moving the trunk too much, and exchange the weight into the opposite leg and lift up that back leg. Good. Now shift the weight into that left knee and lift that right leg. Put the weight into the right hand and slide out the left hand like you're trying to shake someone's hand. So think about really long spine here, and then bring back after a breath, and we'll switch the weight, leg first, then reach the hand out, shaking someone's hand, really stabilizing the spine using all your core muscles. Let's repeat that one more time each side. So transfer the weight, push into the floor, get that length in that position, breathe at the top, return the leg and the arm, and then switch the weight. Don't drop that block now, keep those hips level. Imagine there's a tray of cocktails, so you don't want to be dropping that. And breathe at the top, and then return. Right, now we need to remove the blocks, so gently twerk it, twerk it, twerk it. Yeah, good job.